Quesadillas, vegetarian, nice spicy quesadilla with some potato wedges. So they're going to be quick and easy and vegetarian. Okay, so we're going to do the potato wedges first. So I'm going to use some potatoes, only a few, and you can get different types of potatoes, but the potatoes I'm going to use are the Maris Piper potatoes, because I find they're the best potatoes to do roasting with or mashed potatoes with. You can use also you can use white potatoes, it's up to you, but this is my favorite potato. Okay, so I haven't washed the aloo yet, and I know a lot of people know me for aloo bade karare. These are gonna be a bit karare aloo. Okay, so you get your potato and you're gonna slice it into wedges. Don't take the skin off, because I always say the skin is a healthy part. So I like big wedges. They can be this big if you want them to be, or they can be a little bit smaller. It's up to you. Just slice them again. That's fine. So you know you can get potato wedges in a frozen packet, and the thing is it's processed. And you don't really want to have non-fresh food, because one, it's full of preservatives and additives and things, and also it's not healthy for you as much as it would be if you make them from fresh. Now what these potato wedges, they're very low in fat as well. I'll show you, because I'm using minimal amount of oil on them, and also they're very tasty and very fresh and quick and easy to make. So the aloo are washed, so the potato wedges are being washed now, and I need a bowl. So in a bowl, I'm going to put in the potato wedges, but because they've been washed, I'm just going to dry them slightly, just with a paper towel. Okay, so you pat them dry. They don't have to be completely dry, but dry enough. So what I want you to do is I want you to put just a small drizzle of olive oil. Make sure it's olive oil on there. You can use coconut oil if you want to, but I prefer olive oil to cook with. So just a small drizzle. And you want a good amount of salt. And remember, I'm using rock salt, which is nicer and it's healthier for you as well, because it's natural salt. Table salt is not natural, by the way. Okay. And pepper as well, just a little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to use different types of dried herbs. Dried herbs are really good because they're stored in the cupboard. You can use fresh ones, but these are just dried out, so there's nothing extra being added to them. They're just being dried. You can use, like I said, fresh herbs if you want as well. You can get them in packets for about 60 pence. But I like to use mixed herbs a lot, so I'm going to add a little bit of a pinch of mixed herbs, a pinch of rosemary. I love dried rosemary, it's so nice. And then you want to add some, I use cayenne pepper, it's really nice. It gives that spicy little twist as well, so that's nice. And just don't use your fingers, and just use a small teaspoon of cayenne pepper, maybe a little bit more. I remember, like I said before, that I like to eyeball everything. But it's, so there you go, and you just mix that all up like this. Now, if you like a lot of seasoning, you can always add more. Less is more. Or you can add more, but you can't take it away. So that looks about right. So it's all being coated, and it smells really, really nice. And then I'm just going to put it onto a baking tray and make sure they're evened out. Don't let them be piled up. Make sure that they spread out so they cook evenly. And they're ready to go into the oven. Now the oven needs to be on about 180 and let them cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. If If they're larger wedges, then what I would do is put some foil on top and steam cook them first, and then take the foil off and then brown them. But because they're quite small, 15 to 20 minutes is more than enough time. But just check them, just break them in half and see if they're cooked. So it's really important, make sure that you preheat your oven before you put any food in. So I think sometimes people don't understand. They think you can just put it in the oven and put the oven on. No, preheat your oven first, make sure it's nice and hot, and then put your whatever you want into the oven and then adjust the temperature. So we're going to put the quesadilla together, and for the quesadilla what you will need is you'll need some wraps that you can buy from the shop, and they're in packets. You can make your own if you wish to, but I just buy the shop made ones because they're so much easier. Now this is really quick and simple. Then I use a pizza topping as a base, so just a small amount, and just put that all over like this. And remember, just use a little bit, don't go overboard, because it's just really for the taste. You don't want to overload it because it will be soggy and you don't want that. And then I'm going to use mozzarella cheese. Now, mozzarella cheese is very low in fat, a lot low in fat than it is the one, so a lot more low in fat than your normal cheddar cheese or whatever you have. I buy the pre-grated one. You can use fresh one if you wish to. The fresh one is obviously comes with a lot of water, and you slice it up. I'm just going to use grated mozzarella. It's just easier to handle. So we're going to use mozzarella cheese, and we're just going to put it all over like this. How much you use is up to you, but this is what binds it together as well. Okay. And some frozen sweet corn, or you can use fresh if you wish to. Frozen is just as good. Just a little bit there. And to make it more Indian, I'm going to put in a green chili. You can put whatever you want into it if you want to. Add a bit of paneer in it. But I'm just going to put a bit of hari mirch. Some people say mirch, some people say mirch, don't they? Mirch, mirch, up to you. So it depends on how much you want. This is for the cameraman, and I think he likes it spicy. And then that's what it looks like. And all you do is you get the other wrap and you put it on top like this. And then we'll take it over to the hot tawa and put it straight onto the hot tawa. That's it. And you just leave it onto the heat for a little while. Put it on low heat so the cheese can melt and it can bind itself together. So I'm going to check the potato wedges. I put some foil on there so they can cook faster. I'm just going to remove the foil and just check them. Yeah, they're nearly cooked. Okay, and then you just want to check if it's brown on the one side, and it is, and just turn it over. It's cold on the top, so you can put your hand on top just to make sure, and just turn it over like that. So I've turned it over, and it's nice and golden on one side. Now some people like to put a bit of butter on it. You can if you want to. I don't think you need to add any butter or anything extra or any oil because it's a non-stick tawa. So I think that's about right. Just check, just a little bit more. So it's been browned and I put it straight onto the chopping board. To me it looks like a pizza filling pronta. So all you do is you put it into quarters then. It serves two. So I would say it serves two. Because I think eating it all is a bit greedy, I think. So we're going to put everything together. Get the potato wedges out. So the potato wedges are ready now. And you can tell they're ready. If you want, you can just press them, or you can just get a knife and just poke it through. And if it slides through, you know it's ready. Okay, so let's put it all together now. So just a few potato wedges. And you can make a sauce if you want to, but it's up to you. There we are, we've got your potato wedges, and then you've got your nice bits of quesadilla as well. And there you go. That is quesadilla filled with mozzarella cheese, chilies and sweet corn and a little bit of pizza topping, and also your spicy and mixed herbs potato wedges.